This is a Saturday Morning TVLog from Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. Welcome to another Saturday Morning TVLog, and this time around it's the Pirates of Dark Water, brought to us by Hanna-Barbera. So greetings, my fellow YouTubers. Welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to you as the Big D, and this week's Saturday Morning TVLog is going to be the Pirates of Dark Water, one of the most underrated but pretty big animated series of the 90s. Now, the series was created by David Kirshner and produced by Hanna-Barbera. It originally started in early 1991 on the Fox network as a miniseries simply titled Dark Water. After its run, it would be titled The Pirates of Dark Water when it got sent to ABC in the later in the fall of that same year. Now then, the series focuses on Rin, the son of the dying king primus of Octopon, who sails around the alien world of Mer on a ship called the Wraith, searching for the 13 treasures of rule. The treasures are prophesied. Wait. Prophesied. Excuse me. Yeah, that's what's sorry. To save Octopon and Mer from the threat of dark water and all-consuming black liquid that has taken over the seas. His loyal crew of misfits that help Rin and his journey are the Ecomancer Tula, a monkey bird named Niddler, and the treasure-hungry pirate Eos. Rin's opponent in his quest is the pirate Bloth of the warship, the Maelstrom, who will stop at nothing to get the treasures and control the Dark Water himself. Yes. Now then, let's talk. So now I'll talk about what Mer is. It's a planet very different from Earth with a variety of its own creatures with varying degrees of intelligence, such as the monkey bird and the leviathans. The world has 20 seas, and most of the cruise stops are made at islands. Parts of Mer are continually in flux, like a river of spiked rocks that rises out of the ocean in the first episode and appears to defy physics. None of the characters are bewildered by the spectacle aside from its danger. But whether this is the Dark Water's doing or just the nature of the geologically hyperactive planet is unknown. Octopon was once the greatest city on Mer, referred to as the jewel in the crown of Mer by Eos in episode 14. Though lying in ruins until Ren collects the first 7 treasures and is partially restored. Octopon seems to have been centuries ahead of the current technological state of Mer, although it is probable that civilization is continually in decline due to the dark water oozing from the planet's core. Now, I didn't get to watch the show much because I had other shows in the way and way, so I never did get to watch the Pirates of Dark Water much until it later got rerun on Cartoon Network. I saw it at times on there, and then Boomerang. Never saw all the episodes, but I did like it for what it had to offer. This was pretty good and what have you. Now, David Kirshner, who was actually president and chief executive officer at Hanna-Barbera, created the series based on an idea he had when he was a child, inspired by the works of Robert Louis Stevenson and the pictures of Howard Pyle and N.C. Wyeth. The original 5-episode miniseries was the most expensive anime project the studio had taken on up to that time, with each half-hour episode costing $500,000. Each half-hour episode consisted of 12,000 cells, double the number of a typical Saturday morning cartoon series. Yeah, that's really something. Now, after its five-part miniseries, it was picked up by ABC, where actually it would actually be one of the last shows, along with Yo Yogi, which premiered on ABC the same year, would be the last show to have the CGI swirling star, which would be back later on in the Powerpuff Girls on Cartoon Network. Now, it would get one more season. However, I didn't know about this. They sent it to syndication. It ran for a second season, but it only had 8 episodes, airing as part of the Fantastic World of Hanna-Barbera, which unfortunately our Fox network had actually didn't air that block in place of the Amazing Adventures block from Bobot Entertainment. And the series was never completed, ending abruptly with only 8 of the 13 treasures collected, which that's kind of bad, unfortunately. So overall, the Pirates of Dark Water had 21 episodes produced and aired over its 2 season run, along with the miniseries, which of course was a 5-part miniseries, to actually form an overall total of 26 episodes. Anyway, yeah. Now, actually, the ABC actually aired the miniseries, though, but did revise some things. Well, I'll talk about that in a little bit. The series has been released on DVD by the Warner Archive. I think you can still get for a reasonable price. If you can't, you can buy the series to stream on Amazon as well as Apple TV. Hang on just a sec. And Vudu. And I wish you the best of luck in trying to find this series. Seriously. Now, it was reviewed. Now, when it came out, it was reviewed favorably by, well, in the Scarecrow video movie guide, which contrasted it with other cartoons from the same period, knowing that it was serious, well written, and had a certain amount of craft in its character animation and watercolor backgrounds. Collider called it one of the 14 greatest kids' cartoons of the 90s, as well as a property worthy of resurrection. Screen Rant said the show has a robust cult following to this day and was one of the best adventure shows of its era, with surprisingly strong writing and a beautifully designed world. Definitely. Now, in our media, while it was still being on ABC, Marvel Comics produced a comic book series based on the show. Originally intended as a 6-part limited series, it was extended to 9 issues to include a 3-part original story. A series of action figures based on the characters from the show was also produced. I don't know what company it was. Show was also parodied in one of a series of early interstitials on Cartoon Network, which featured viewers' question, what have you, and the Cartoon Network's comical take on the answer. In Pirate's case, it was on the unaired episodes. The network claimed to have the episodes on tape and promised to air them instead showing footage of a cat lapping milk, suggesting that someone taped over the only copy of what would have been the non-existent episodes. While despite it was canceled in May of 1993, but however, there would be a video game to kind of be in a way a continuation, try and get all of it. And it was produced by Sunsoft. Now, both released on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, but they were both different games, however. The Super Nintendo version was a side-scrolling beat-em-up similar to the Final Fight games. It was co-developed by Japanese and American staff members, where players can choose to play as Ren, Tula, or Eos, and proceed to fight Block's game. I've seen several plays this game. Wish I could have played this, but that game's out. But that game's pricey, though. It was kind of factually released a little late in that. Anyway, yeah, and it was released in '94, After that, there would be some, well, others and what have you. Well, now you can have up to 2 players, and each character has a life drain desperation attack. Now, as for the Genesis version, though, which would be developed by Team Iguana of Iguana Entertainment, who also developed, well, titles like the Super Nintendo port of Side Pocket for Data East, as well as the games featuring Sunsoft's mascot, Arrow the Acrobat, as well as its spin-off, Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, which the company would later be known as Acclaim Studios Austin, made a Sega Genesis game. And it was a side-scrolling platform game with RPG elements. So it was kind of action RPG, kind of like Link to the Past or Ys 3. Anyway, a Pirates of Dark Water role-playing game was released in '94, but unfortunately it had a limited production run. Anyway, the Pirates of Dark Water, I do feel like this is underrated. I wish it could have kept going, and I think, even though I didn't watch all of it, but I feel like this should have been part of my childhood of liking shows. But unfortunately, I was kind of a ways from some of those, well, from other things, because I believe I was watching CBS mostly in Miami and NBC. Unfortunately, before they dropped their shows for that, I hate saying its name, TNBC in '92. All right, enough said. Now, I will say I like how this series turns out. The animation is very incredible, beautiful, colorful, etc. I like the way the ships look. The Wraith, very, very cool. And the Maelstrom really looks, wow, very massive. If you've never seen Pirates of Dark Water, I would recommend you check this out. You won't be disappointed. I think you'll really like it. Now then, for our cast, our voice acting cast, we have George Newbern voicing Rin. He would he was recently already well known for playing Brian McKenzie in the Father of the Bride remake with Steve Martin, as well as its sequel, and he'd later go on to play Charlie on ABC's Scandal. Voicing Niddler was originally Roddy McDowell from the Planet of the Apes series. Of course, that was just in the miniseries. In the TV series, he's voiced by voice god Frank Welker. Voicing Tua is Joey Benson, who recently voiced a certain Little Mermaid for Disney. Of course, she later went on to voice Thumbelina and later voices several other characters. Voicing Eos is Hector Elizondo, who, of course, he would be pretty big and what have you. He had recently appeared in films like the original Take It, Pelham 123, American Gigolo, Leviathan, and Pretty Woman. After this, he'd also be in Beverly Hills Cop 3, Runaway Bride, the Princess Diaries series, as well as appear on the series Chicago Hope, and more recently in Last Man Standing with Tim Allen. Now, now there's other characters. We have Zuli, played by Dick Gautier, the jolly redheaded rogue who runs a game house in Chinatown. He and Eos crewed together on Bloth's ship, the Maelstrom. Well, he's not a main character. He does make recurring appearances. He's voiced by Dick Gautier, who would also appear on Get Smart, as well as the rarely remembered series When Things Were Right. He also played Conrad Birdie in the Broadway musical version of Bye Bye Birdie. And another supporting character is Taram, a supreme ecomancer who's sprouts roots from his body to replenish himself from a portable supply of native soul when he is away from his homeland of Honduras. And he's voiced by Dan O'Hurley, who you may remember best as Connell Cochran of Halloween 3 Season of the Witch, as well as the old man from the original RoboCop and its sequel. And of course, he also portrayed Grigg in The Last Starfighter. Now, for our other bad guys, we have Brock Peters voicing Block. Now, he's done numerous things. He was well known for playing Crown in the film version of Porgy and Bess and Tom Robinson in To Kill a Mockingbird. Now, some of his crew members include Mantis, his second in command, voiced by Peter Cullen, who, of course, was already well known for voicing Optimus Prime in the Transformers franchise, and also he voiced characters in Pac-Man, the Filmation Ghostbusters series, Bravestar, and several other series. A short fat pirate named Conk is here, and he's voiced by Tim Curry. Yes, that name sounds familiar. Who has appeared in the Rocky Horror Picture Show. He also appeared in the film adaptation of Clue. And then the following year, he would play the concierge of the Plaza Hotel in Home Alone 2 Lost in New York. And he's done lots of other things as well. And then there's the Lug brothers, who are two huge dimwit siblings, voiced by Frank Welker and the late Earl Bowen, whom we sadly lost last January. He would be was well known for appearing on numerous shows, including It's a Living. He's appeared on Punky Brewster and other shows, but he was well known for playing Dr. Peter Silberman in the first three Terminator films. Well, Frank Welker also lent his voice to the Dark Dweller, one of the primary antagonists. It's a very powerful evil creature that created the Dark Water. And Neil Ross voices Morpho, a servant of the Dark Dweller. And Jode, voiced by Andrei Stochka, a pirate and the previous owner of the Wraith. Yeah, he would actually later be known as the... Yeah, hold on, I'm trying to check real quickly. He's recently done numerous voice acting work on other shows, and of course, to this day, he's currently been the voice of Owl in Disney's Winnie the Pooh franchise. I think he still is to this day. I could be wrong though. So, the Pirates of Dark Water definitely is a very underrated show, as I've said already. But I think it's probably one of the great cult classics, and what have you. Despite its short run, I would rank this up there with SWAT Cats, which would later be done by the same studio. I'll give you a look at some of the characters if you have never seen the show. Here's a look at you can see kind of a little silhouette of Bloth up there, and there's our three main heroes, and Nibbler up in the sky. There's from left to right we have Eoz, Ren, and Tula. And actually, that was the artwork the Warner Archive used for their DVD release of the complete series. Just to let you all know that. But anyway, so now you know about the Pirates of Dark Water. This is a show I would definitely recommend you check out. So if you've seen the Pirates of Dark Water, what did you think of this show? Let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. And next time, later tonight, I'll be bringing to you a spoiler-free review of the Bike Riders. Yeah, I thought I'd throw that in there. Also, I want to give a quick heads up. Sometime next week, you're going to get, well, maybe not many reviews, but I'll do separate reviews of a couple other new flicks out, that one I've seen already and one I have yet to watch, as well as a ranking of the 10 films I'm hoping to see in the second half of 2024. Okay, now that that's out of the way. If you like this, check out these other videos. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday Morning TVLog on another Hanna-Barbera show, another underrated one, And that's C-Lab 2020 from 1972, which I did earlier this month. In the upper right-hand corner is a real good fantasy show, and that is my TV log revisited of the original He-Man, the Masters of the Universe from 1983. Yeah, what a great show that was. Okay, and if you would like some more high sea fun, check out my review of the film that started it all, Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl from 2003. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., as well as the Saturday Morning TV Log, then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching, and next week's Saturday Morning TV Log is Sport Billy. So until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.